Okay, let's try this. This little metal sculpture I bought from a friend. She sold it to me for $20, and the tag that was on it was from Hobby Lobby 2015. Was $69.99 at that time. So I feel really fortunate to get it. It does have rust on it, so I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm not going to try to do any more to it. I just think it looks beautiful the way it is. And so I'll just tell you the things that I've used here and where I got them, because it's not something you can just go out and buy, because this was all thrifted pretty much. These are the coolest skeleton arms. They actually go outside. They're battery operated. They have a stake where you could put it in the ground, but I don't really want to do that. I'd really rather use it in the house with this. And I'm going to hook it to the wire frame, um, and then that way I can move them. You know, the arms themselves I can move, but the actual um, part will be adhered to this tubular part. Now the center of this, I just have one of those floral things, and I didn't take it apart. I didn't take the plastic off. I just left it as is because I can reuse this if I want to. Now, I'm making this for this holiday, for Halloween. Whether I keep it that way or not, I don't know. So I'm not gluing anything down. I'm not making anything permanent. All I'm going to do is just push this down as far as it'll go. And then I'm going to take this really pretty black lacy, um, I think it was actually supposed to be similar to creepy cloth because it has um, spider webs in it, but they're black spider webs with little spiders. And I just thought that was the cutest thing. So I just have this one piece. I don't have any more. So I really don't want to cut it up or do anything with it, other than just use it for this right now. So I am going to go ahead and do that. I think I'm going to put it through here. That. Put it through this side. And I have to do it this way because I'm trying to use the cell phone, and I have to keep it where it's at, otherwise it won't look like anything. I have a hard time with it. I don't know how people do it, but I'm trying to teach myself, see how I can make it easier. So all I'm going to do is just stuff this down in there to hide the green from the floral foam. And you really won't see it anyway. And I can still reuse this at some point in the future if I want to. It just kind of looks more like a shawl or something. But it won't. You won't even see it. You won't even know it's there. I'm not worried about the little bird. If I were going to put a bird on this, it would be a crow. Because I like crows and skulls and witches and all that stuff. I think they're fun. So anyway, as you can see, this just looks like the top of a dress, and I think it looks really cute. The skeleton arms I found at a bin store for $1, and they work great. They have a little battery pack here that goes from steady on to, depending on the color, one would be orange, one would be purple, then a mixture of them. Then there's slow glowing, which is, I think, what I have on here. One is breathing, so go in and then out. And then, so there's just different ones, slow fade, wave. I thought this one was kind of nice because this one, you can see the orange, you can see the purple, and then you can see the orange and purple together. So I'm just going to leave it that way because I just think it's really nice looking. And it's kind of soft and just doesn't have a whole lot of, I really didn't want it to jump around and be crazy. Okay, so then I found this velvet skirt at a thrift store for $5. And I am going to put it up around the waist. Now it's a little big. It's not terribly big. I can make it work. I was going to cut it and make it fit, but then I won't have the option of using it for something else. So I'm going to turn her a little bit so you can see the back. It is a little bit big, but it has ties in the back for hanging. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and tie it. I'll put the wires there. I'm going to go ahead and tie this with these strings, ribbons, whatever they are. And then I can easily take it apart if I want to. I can also, which I probably will, I can also staple the waistband like this. So then it gives it like a hint of a bustle in the back. But I think that's how I'm going to do it because that would make more sense. And then I can use it and I don't have to destroy it. I can just use it as is. And I think that's how I'm going to address the size of it. Now I also have this purple tool. I have tried to get everything ready. I have this purple tool. It's just plain, doesn't have any glitter or design or anything because it isn't necessary. And all I'm going to do with this is I'm going to tie it together. And for this particular video, I am going to tie it in the back because then that will hold this up. Of course, Bella wants to play with it. So. But anyway, I'm just going to do it so I can tie it up in the back. And that will also keep it from sagging and whatever. So let's just go ahead and do that. This gives you another option. So you just want to put it there. Let's give it a really nice snug tie. Make sure I have it right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an extra loop in there. It still comes off real easy, but the extra loop just kind of holds it so you don't, it's hard to hold it and tie it at the same time. So I figured that would help. And then I'm just going to pull these bows. There we go. And find the other one. So I have all these little bow pieces, and it looks kind of cute, but it's still messy. So then I can add something to the back. I can change this up a little bit. You're not really going to see this because I'm going to have her in a corner. Now, if you wanted to have it where it was visible on both sides, then of course you would have to do something with this. And we could just go ahead and put this down, cover it up a little bit more. Do that. But we have to address the cords, and I have the remote part is right there. And really need to have it up in the air. I forgot about it, actually. If I can get it back up there, would be good. But this is why I figured it would just be better if it was just made to sit in the corner. It doesn't, otherwise it's not that great. Do that, but I have to put something here. It might fit right in there. It does, it fits right there. So I don't even have to do anything to that. So now I'm going to just start adding the flowers I need one of those little ties. There. But what I like about doing it this way is it gives me options that somewhere later on I can change it, I can do something different. If I find something else that I could use around the bodice, then I don't have to, worry about hot glue or anything like that. So anyway, this looks fine. Then I have access to the battery pack. As far as the length goes, it is a bit long, but I don't mind it being long because then it covers up everything. And if you think about Morticia Adams, her dress was very long. Now this is not Morticia, but she's one of her friends. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start putting in the sleeves. Now, the sleeves are also just going to be tied on with those little ties. I have 2 pieces of lace that I have had for a long time, and they're kind of raggedy. See, it's very raggedy. That's okay. I really don't care about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on here like this, and then I'm just going to have to tie that one on. I'm just going to tie it to the arm, the top of the arm. But I did forget to put tie to hold the actual. This is right. The assembly, that goes in there. That's what I had to do. I had to tie that back on. So I'll do this to both sides. But this just makes it so it doesn't fall out or shift around or whatever, because I'm going to be moving it and putting it in different places to see where I want it. And now the skull, I had to hot glue the skull to the metal top piece. There's like a finial up there, and I did have to do that because it's just too was too floppy. So, but I went ahead and hot glued that up there. It's fine. It won't hurt anything because I probably will leave the head on there anyway. I would have rather had something else to do it with, but this is what I had. Maybe there's something. Maybe right here. That's the only thing about it is it's kind of awkward to put something here unless I tie it to the top. Well, that would work. I could just go through some of the lace here. That up there. Yeah, it's playing with something. I just don't know what. You never know with her. She's something else. But she's such a sweet girl. I love her so much. Don't know what I would do without her. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So now she has her fancy sleeves. I have one more piece, and I'll do the other side. And both of these are cut off pieces, which makes them raggedy. Turn her over a little bit. Another tie. I love these things. I gotta buy some more. These make life a lot easier in all areas of my life, that's for sure. So the holes in the lace is what I'm using to put that through. And then I can just tie it. And before I really tighten it tight, then I can adjust it where I want it. That's where I want it, right there. And I'm just taking the ties and sticking them down in I can trim them later. I'm not going to bore you with that. That's already starting to look really pretty. So, yeah, that looks so cool. I am so happy with that already. But this is kind of pretty here. I don't know if you can see it on the phone, but it looks like a sash. We can decorate it. We can put some, rhinestones or something hanging from it. But for right now, all I'm going to do is just put the flowers in here and decorate it up, and done with this. But I really love this. I think she's going to be awesome as my decor. But she's going to be in the house for now. Oh, the skull I bought at a garage sale for $1, just the skull itself, and the eyes were supposed to light up, but there was something wrong with it. It didn't do that. These came from the Dollar Tree. There were, some stems, and I went ahead and bought 3 of these. I really love them. I think they're awesome. I'm going to put those in. That. And obviously the using these around here, just hides the floral foam. And what is it hanging up on? Must be the lace. Yeah, I was just getting it in the lace instead of in the foam itself. There we go. That looks good. So it looks like she's got, pretty decorative top. I'm going to put these in the back part. Because we do want to fill this in a little bit. We don't want to have any of the foam sticking out. I'm only going to put the one eyeball one in. I had 2, but I think I'm only going to do the one. I think that looks darling. Okay, so then I also found these black leaves. They're like maple leaves, but they're black, and that just goes perfectly in here. Now, the only problem is the lace covering the foam. You just have to keep working on it until you get it in there. Isn't that pretty? I really like it. I really think this was just absolutely perfect. What I wanted. So for less than 30 or $35 total with everything, because I only paid $5 for the velvet skirt. I already had this. I already had these. $1 for these. $1 for this, and this was a gift. So really don't have much. And Dollar Tree is $1.25 for the flowers. And this is one stem, and this is part of the stem. That doesn't, not going to get in there. I'm just going to set it like that for now. I can go in the back there and poke it in. But I really think this is cute. Love it. I love it. I love it. That one went in really nice. Nice. One more. I may stick it under here. That looks, yeah, that looks good. And then in the back, where the you know, where you can see the back, I'm going to go ahead and stick this leaf back here. Turn it around a little bit again. Stick that back there. It kind of hides, you know, gives it something behind. Whoopsie. My knee did that. Sticks it behind and just, you know, I'm just going to fill it in a little bit. And just in case you can see it. Not having any luck with that, so I'm going to stick it back here in the actual metal part, just so I can get this stuff out of here. And I have one more black stem of black leaves, but I don't need it. I think it's perfect the way it is. So what do you think? Do you like it? I'm thinking I have some eyeballs, but I'm not sure if I want to put them in there. I might use some, just some jewels, just glue them in. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It all just depends on a lot of times after I look at something for a few days, then I realize, oh yeah, I would really like to have that in there. I still feel there needs to be something in there, so I have one more eyeball. I'm going to just stick that, tuck it right down in there. Just put it right there on the eyeball. It'll be visible through her mouth. She ate the eyeball for lunch. Okay, well, I'm really happy with it. I hope you like it. I can move her arms a little bit. Maybe I could put something else in her hands. So anyway, that's what she looks like. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.